Hi guys, Jazz here again. Right, I'm going to do the LT video here for you now, right? Show you quite a lot with recordings, but they're going to be quick. But you know what I've just done? I've just made this video, right? Checked for volume and everything, and realised I hadn't plugged my headset in. I've got my headset on, but not plugged it in. Unbelievable. Okay, so this is the second time I'm doing this video. Alright. As has become custom, I'm now going to just show you the training videos. This one in particular, this one more than anything. Find your direction on long term, 148 and daily. That will help you immensely with overnight trades or LT trades. And I'll tell you now, it's not all about overnight. Okay, sometimes they happen just after the session. Sometimes they start early in the morning for the European session, which is great for the East Coast Americans and Canadians. Because you're in bed and you're waking up and you've effectively traded the European session while asleep. Okay, so yeah, they are very, very profitable, and it's a very easy thing to do. Right, first of all, I'm going to show you the strategy, right? Because basically, if you do it this way, you're going to maximize. Okay. So what you need to do first of all is, if you can see this GJ move here, you're only going to be using basically these three charts. Okay, and that's what you're looking for, blues. Right? Not always. Sometimes you don't get the blues, and you can take those trades. It's up to you, but they're always better, and I'll show you a little later on why they're always better with the blues. And if you've not got blues, you might want to go with the trend instead. Okay, but you've had this move, this blue here. So the strategy, basically, this blue could have appeared when we were down here. So let's say you set. I mean, this is the end of the session, but let's say you set a sell stop that's down here because you think it's going to go down. It's no good leaving it there. Okay, what you need to do is take that sell stop up here. Stay within 10 to 15 pips of where price actually is. On the GU, the GJ, 10 to 15 pips. On the GCAD, 15 to 20 pips. And on the UCAD, 10 pips will be fine. Okay? Alright, and so effectively you're staying within 10 to 15 pips, but when it starts to come down, you just leave it where it is and let your trade trigger. That's it. I'll talk about take profits and stop losses in a bit. Alright, but first of all, I just want you to understand this part. You just follow. This is what I do anyway. I just follow price up, and then, sometimes if I'm going to bed, I'll have to leave it and just take, the chance that it will come down. And basically, big blues like this outside the daily are going to work. They're going to work 100%. I've said in the past, and I'm not boasting about that. It's true. Okay, this GCAD. Look at this here. Bang bang. This is definitely coming down, guys. Definitely coming down. All right, like this blue here. Look at this blue here. Okay, it's the GCAD. So sometimes you get this bit of erratic nature, and where it's up and down. But you know what I mean? It's immense. That's, I don't know, 500, 600 pip move in 3 days. So you can expect this and this to work. But again, if you follow price and then it starts coming down, leave your sell stop where it is and let it trigger. Okay, quick one more on these. Again, is this going to work? Absolutely. Even against, a super, because you're that far outside here, this will work. It's just a matter of following price, and then when it starts to come down, I mean, this might have been a big sign that it was ready to come down, and this is happening at the end of the session again. So just follow price, leave it 10 to 15 pips. If it starts coming down, bang, triggers your trade. Okay, that's it. That's your entries. Okay, so I'm going to show you some recordings now. We're going to do 92, 93 first. Yep, there you are, 92. Just give you some examples, guys. Right, look at the GU here, daily blue, way outside, big strong trend, but you're way outside, or you were outside. This is what I love, right, because it's already started the move and then it's bounced. I'm looking for the second move down here now, so I'm following price here. Right, this goes up more, I'm following it, 10 to 15 pips behind where price actually is, and then when it triggers, when it starts going down, I'll just leave it where it is and watch, and you know, see how much I won in the morning, or you know, I think this was one that was overnight. Where is it? Number 3, 93, which is the next day, or was it a couple of days later? Yeah, a couple of days later. But look, you can see what happened, guys. Look at that move down there, and you can quite clearly see the wick had gone up more, but because I followed price, I got in somewhere here, and bang, all the way down to the 8-hour BB band. Right, again, I'll talk about take profits and stop losses a little later on in the video, and that's basically how I use psychological numbers, right? And this is why you should put psychological numbers on your own charts, especially if you're doing these kind of trades. Okay, all right, so you've seen that there. There's a second move and down on the GU. Let's crack on. I'm going to go a little earlier. You know, I like using these earlier charts, guys, because it shows you you know, that it's not just a one-off thing or something new. You know, this has been happening forever. Number 22. Again, we're going to have a look at the GU. We've got a daily signal. Again, look what's happened. You've had a first move. You probably had this signal on this candle, you know, and then you had that. It's bounced. So again, this is a second move I'm looking for. From 4-hour BB band, it might come from here. But this is the end of the session, guys. So now what I'm doing on my own charts is following this. Following price on the 8-hour or the 4-hour. I have these 4 charts. For long-term trading, I have these 4 charts on a particular setup. 1, 4, 8 daily. And I follow price. When it looks like it's starting to turn, I'm 10 to 15 pips below here. My trade is triggered when it starts to come down. Okay, let's have a look at number 23 again. I'm not sure if it was the next day or, you know, a couple of days later, but either way we're going to watch it. Oh, it was a few days later, guys, and that was the trade there. Look, see, it went up a bit and then bang, look at this. This is 3 days later, and there was a weekend involved. You can tell because it closed here and opened here. So there's a weekend involved as well. But look at that little red, what it's done there. Okay, and we maximised there. That's probably 300 or 400 pip move, that, over the, you know, course of 3 days there. And we maximised on that because we were very, very close to where price was. Alright, so that was 22, 23. Let's have a look at number 36. Go up. Number 36. Right, guys, this is where, right, you kind of have to be aware of how strong trends are, all right, and what turns trends around. And look how strong this GU trend is here, down. Look how strong the UCAD trend is, up. What's the difference? What's the difference between these 3 and these 3? That blue there. Right, so again, if you were following price up on this candle here, you know, you're outside daily. Outside 8-hour, you've got an 8-hour blue, you know that it's going to come down. Follow price up, 10 pips because it's a UCAD. Your trade might just have triggered now. Okay, 36. Let's go and have a look at I think it was the next day, this one, I'm not sure. Yep, it was the next day. Look, that was that 4-hour candle. Look, trade, you were virtually in it straight away, and look what it did. They are 4 hour, look on the 8 hour, and look what turned up the next day. But you were in the day before because you were outside there, and that 8 hour blue told you what was coming. Okay, look at that move. Alright guys, it you know, it's pretty simple thing to do. You just follow price, keep within, you know, on the UCAD, as I say, I'd be 10 pips, GUGJ I'd be 10 to 15 pips, and on the GCAD I'd be 15 to 20 pips, because it does give a hell of a lot more, the GCAD, but it's also you know, it's also in danger when you come to that fluctuating spread period. Alright, you have to be aware of that as well. Nothing worse than getting into a trade, then the spread's taking you out, and then you know, it going up or going down, or the direction you want it to go. Nothing worse than that. Right, number 46. Let's go and have a look at 46. What are you at? 46. Okay. 46. Right, guys. Look at this. I know it's against the trend, but it's a daily super. Right, so now look what's happened. First move, second move, but look now what's happened. If you saw this on the 5-minute charts here now, you'd be looking to take the GU up. You know, because it's just back to the orange line, boom, up. Okay, so again, all you do, again, end of the session, these are 8 hour candles. Right, so all you're doing is following price down by 10 to 15 pips. Right, and then when it starts to go up, just leave, you buy stop wherever it is, and let the trade trigger. Okay, that's all you have to do, and this is a trend, and against the trend, but you went with a daily super. Okay, let's have a look at 47, and this, guys, you Americans will love this, because you've gone bed. You've gone to bed, probably a couple of pips up, and then you're waking up and coming in the room, and that is where you are. That, then, if you've not already hit your TPs, you take profits, then that would say to you, right, you know, close it. You know, just flick to the end of this session and see what did eventually happen. Yeah, you can see a look come down, so that would have been your exit. Came down to the 8 hour orange line. You just said, sod that, I'm getting out. You know, look at the move there. Messy, but still eventually went down. Alright, so that's, you know, again, just using the daily and the 8 hour charts for LT trading. Okay, let's go to number 58. There's 58. 58. Okay, number 58. Right, again, I'm going to use the GU because it's such a perfect setup. Look at this. Blue, daily blue with a signal next to it as well. Right, again, you've already had the first move. This is pretty much the end of the session, as you can see. Again, so you'll be watching this. Now, you should be thinking down, not up here. Because of these signals, you should be thinking down. So, okay, watch it. Sell stop. Watch it go down. Okay, let's go and have a look. 59. I'm not sure, again, guys, if it was the next day or if it's a couple of days later, because they're not always the true dates on here. Yeah, it was the next day. Look, you know, bang. How good was that? You know, and obviously because you're coming off the 8 hour orange line and not a, you know, a BB band, or it's not a second move up here, you'd have just had slightly less expectations on your take profits. Okay, what you should be expecting now is a bounce at the daily BB band here. Should you take it? That's entirely up to you. If you follow price, guys, you can take it because it's an 8 hour time frame. You know, you're going to get a 50 pipper move in there. But again, after that bounce, because of these, you should be thinking bounce and then down, and you know that training video I told you to watch, Find Your Direction 148 Daily, would have told you exactly what's going to happen now. A slurp of my coffee. Okay, so we're going to go a couple of days later. Oh dear. Number 62, I think it was. Just to show you what did eventually happen. And there you go, your GU went up, as I said it'd bounce. But then again, you hit the 8 hour BB band. If you follow the price, you'd have gotten your trade somewhere here, and look at that, bang. You know, it's just, this is 9 o'clock, so the session's just started. So again, America has slept there, and that's what East Coasters would be waking up to here now. You know, probably with this and this, you might say, look, it's going to bounce, I'll close my trades, if your TPs have not already been hit. You know, guys, it's really, really simple thing to do this. It's just a matter of following price. If you fancy this up from here, another bounce, yeah, possibly follow price. So this comes down here, you might just be triggered your trade now. Your buy stop might have just triggered now. Okay. Right, let's go and have a look at numbers. Two more, just one more recording, guys, because that, you know, you can see where I'm coming from here on the strategy. It's very, very simple. And you can go and check these recordings for yourself anyway. Number 73. Let's have a look at number 73. Again, we are looking at daily blue. Now, these have already made an attempt to, you know, push up, but even against such a strong trend here, you've got a daily blue, guys. So what you do, you're looking at your system here, here, and here now, and you're thinking, okay, well, you know, this is the end of the session. All right, but you've had to move up, and you're here. So what you do is you let this bounce come down. It doesn't matter if it comes down here or if it only comes down a little bit. If you're following price with your buy stop here, excuse me, this is the EG, so you would have been no more than 10 pips behind, right? And then it does turn and start going up, leaving your buy stop where it was, then you'd be in it. Okay, number 74, just to see what did happen, and bam, look at that. Wasn't much of a pullback, you can see there, and then whoomph. Well, it might have been this one here, and then boom. Okay, look at it. Okay, and again, just to point out the importance and the strength of second moves, it pretty much was, even though it come back down a second move. But look at the GU, down, bounce, second move, boom. This GCAD, look, perfect. Bounce, second move, look where it went down here, and you know that had an 8 hour blue with it. Look at it, boom. Okay, so those are the recordings, guys. You can all go on and check any recordings you want, and look for these. But again, you know, I've just shown you basically the strategy. Okay, and you know, of staying close, and I'll show you again on my own charts in a moment. But again, the video to watch to help find your direction on long term, 1 and 4 hour and daily, right? Plus use this strategy. Okay, so now then, I need to show you a couple of other now I've made the lines yellow on the psychological numbers here, guys, and there is the reason for that, because on the last video you couldn't see them when they were on blue. Can you see them here now? Look, pretty much every psychological number. Now why do I use these? Because you're going to use these as you take profits and as stop losses. You're not going to use these. I'll show you how to use your stop losses, right? Okay, let's have a look here first of all, right? You know, you're outside daily there, definitely outside daily there. You're outside daily here, and look at this second move, bounce. This is the 8-hour time frame. Bounced a little and then boom. Right, so basically what I kind of do for my take profits is, if I'd have taken this second move here, I'd have been in somewhere here. Okay, my take profits would have been before this psychological number, just above this psychological number, and then because it's only the 8-hour time frame, I might have had my second, say 10, 15 pips below that one. If you know that was had a daily blue as well, then I would have put my second TP just above the other psychological number here. Okay, I'll show you on this up. This was outside daily, absolutely 100% outside daily here. Okay, so my first TP would have been here. I'd have been in the trade here. Here's the thing, right? I'd have been in the trade here, somewhere there. Right, so it's possible I might have had the TP there and then there. You know, so you were looking maybe 100 pips there. I know it come back against us here, but then up somewhere here. Okay, it might be easier to just give you an idea on the daily chart again. You know, you're looking here, this way outside daily. I'd have been in the trade here, and these are 50 pip gaps here, guys, so you can imagine there I've taken 100 odd pips here and hit 2 or 3 take profits. Okay, would have come down here, this would have been outside daily again. Even this trade here going up would have hit at least 1 take profit there, maybe just 1 above there as well. But again, I'd use the psychological numbers as my take profits, so it looks like a weekend as well, because there was a big drop here when the candle opened, so it would have hit it here, you know, so I'd have hit me 2 psychological, my 2 take profits there. Okay, again, you would have been outside daily here, but even this candle that looks like, you know, with this big wick, and I'll just go in a bit there, this big wick, right, that hit 1 take profit here, psychological number, and the second take profit here. Okay, so that's like 100 pips, 150 pips on my 2 trades, even though it came back up afterwards, you know. Again, probably not sure if I'd have been outside daily again there, but if I was, I'd have done exactly the same again. Take profit there, take profit here. Okay, outside daily here, definitely, and again, you know, you'd have hit a take profit here and a take profit here. Alright, stop losses, very, very simple. For the stop loss, 10 pips below the high or above the high or below the low of the candle. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, let's say I was taking this up here. Okay, my stop loss would be 10 pips below the low there. With a GU, GCAD would probably be more, because it's more erratic. Plus, you want to avoid that possibility of the fluctuating spreads taking you out. So definitely more on the GCAD. Okay, you know, 10 pips below that there. Again, after you've had this move up here, you know, you big trade up there, 10 pips above to take it down, because that would have been outside daily, so I'd have been taking that 10 pips above the high there. Right, see it, 10 pips above that high, and first take profit hit, second take profit hit. Okay, so again, guys, it's very, very simple thing to do. I'll just actually just show you, is it best on the 8 or the, right, I'll show you on the 8. Right, what do I mean by following price? Okay, so you're outside daily, it's gone outside daily here and you're thinking it's coming down. This is the 8-hour chart, but you think it's coming down. All I'm doing is my sell stop might have been put on somewhere here, but when this candle was going up and up and up and up and up, I'm just pushing my sell stop up and keeping it as close to, say, 10 to 15 pips from where the candle went. But when, let's see if I can put a line on here. Yeah, when my when it started to go down, my stop loss, my sell stop would have been somewhere there. Okay? And then when it started to come down, I just leave it there, let it trigger, and then obviously you've seen what happened here. That would have been the trade. Yeah? You know, me what do you call it, stop loss would have been somewhere there like that. Okay, so you're catching the trade as early as possible, and look at that, it never went anywhere near against you, guys. You know, and if you can do that, honestly, if you can do this is a massive income for you, guys. All right. And as I say, it's passive. You'll be asleep most of the time. Or, you know, the Americans in particular will. Okay, so that's it, guys. Okay, that is it. Not hard. As I say, you know, I'll just quickly recap on things to watch for. You know, daily blues, 8-hour blues, second moves. You know, if you've got a daily blue and it's already looked as though it's worked and gone down on the 8-hour, but it's bouncing off the 8-hour orange line, and it's, you know, that's when you start to think, if that blue's still there, you start to think, oh, there's a second move down here, so I'll follow price, and that's where I'll look for my down trade. Okay, be aware of the fluctuating spreads. We all know the time in the UK it's 10 till 11. Europe, Germany, I know it's 11 till midnight. And you know, if you've got a good stop loss, guys, for the GU, GJ, and the UCAD, it's not too bad. But for the GCAD, and if you trade any of the others, you know, like I do, I trade the GBP New Zealand and the GBP Aussie. They are huge fluctuating spreads. Okay, so you just be aware of them. America, I think it's 5 till 6 on the east coast. I'm not sure the further inland you go. I'm not sure Australia. I'm not trying to work that one out. I'll go. You're on your own there. No doubt you've worked it out. Okay. Yeah, second moves. TPs and SLs I've gone over, and I've shown you some examples. Now just go on the recordings and have a look for yourself, you know. Okay, well that's the LT video, guys, and I think you're gonna make it a lot of money doing this. Okay.